Up the hill versus down the hill. If you are from Southern California, you already know it's a whole different world. And if you're choosing between the two, you need to hear this first. Hey friends, I'm Sheri Hill with eXp Realty, your local go-to realtor, and welcome back to Living and Exploring in Southern California. Today, we're getting into something everybody in SoCal talks about, the famous hill. And no, I am not talking about yours truly. Nope, I am talking about living up the hill versus living down the hill. We could call it like the high desert versus the valley. Some would even say the boondocks versus the city. Whatever you call it, these two lifestyles are different. So let's talk about what you are really signing up for when you choose the desert life over the city life, or city life over the desert life. No sugarcoating, no hype, just keeping it real and fun, of course. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's start with the biggest difference. Space and convenience. Space versus convenience. Living up the hill in the high desert usually means more space. Big skies, big yards, bigger lots. You can even stretch your hands out without hitting your neighbor's window on some homes. RV parking for your toys, workshops, totally normal up here. But it is important. Not every home in the high desert has a giant lot. We also have track home neighborhoods, you know, the ones with the sidewalks and curbs, matching builders, you know, more traditional suburban style layouts. Those areas have smaller yards, closer neighbors, and a more city-like feel, but still with the high desert charm. And just so you know, unlike down the hill where there's condos and townhomes pretty much everywhere, up the hill, not so much. Pretty much close to none. There's only one really pocket of townhomes in Apple Valley. Most properties are like the single family homes, your traditional homes, manufactured homes, and apartments. So you really get a good mix. But overall, the high desert leans more towards space, privacy, and room to breathe, while down the hill leans more towards convenience, walkability, smaller living lots. Smaller lot living. Next, the pace of life. In the high desert, things just move slower. People wave when you drive in your neighborhood. Well, most neighborhoods, of course. I know my neighborhood, they do. And maybe if they don't, you should start. Like, what's better than knowing your neighbors and waving at them? You know, it's always nice to know your neighbors. But you'll see families walking, you know, people gardening, kids on bikes, neighbors chatting. It's pretty quiet and peaceful. But down the hill, it's pretty busy. It's fast paced, more traffic, more noise, more lifestyle, hustle, hustle, hustle. If you love energy and have lots to do and always needing something to do, the city will definitely make you feel like home. If you love calm evenings, stargazing, you know, outdoor fires at the fire pit, the high desert does feel like a reset button. Weather and air quality. Up the hill, the high desert has the four seasons with personality. Hot summers, cold winters, and when that kid, like, it just makes that entrance. But the air, it's crisp, it's clear, and you can actually see the mountains. No smog, no fog really, except when you're traveling up and down the 15 freeway. The clouds kind of sit right there. You know, after you hit the 215-15 split heading north, it gets bad. And then of course, going right at Oak Hills, it gets pretty foggy. And remember, do not use your hazards in the fog. Okay. Down the hill, the weather is milder and more predictable. You'll deal with more traffic and more smog, but also fewer windy days and less frost on your windshield. So it's a trade-off. Wild weather plus clean air, or calmer weather and more city life. Cost of living. Let's be real, a big reason why people move up the hill is affordability. stability. The high desert gives you more house for your money. Bigger homes, bigger lots, more privacy. Down the hill, you're paying for the convenience and proximity. Closer to jobs, shorter commutes, more amenities. The mortgage gets bigger, but the travel gets smaller. It's all about what makes the most sense for you and your budget and your lifestyle. This is why a lot of people do commute down the hill and live up the hill, because they want the more secluded and peace of mind, bigger house, bigger yards. So they're willing to make that commute. And since we're on the topic of commuting and driving, up the hill living means you will drive a little bit more because things are kind of spread out. Of course, it all depends on where you live. There is homes next to shopping centers and stuff like that. So you'll just want to take a scenic cruise. But you want Chick-fil-A, you grab your keys because there is only one here. So down the hill, things are just closer in miles, but the traffic is real. The 10, the 15, the 60, the 210, the 91. Oh my God, the 91 always has traffic. So you just have to pick your fighter, longer distance with less traffic or shorter distances with more traffic. Southern California life, you're driving no matter what. It just is a question of where. Okay, so here's the honest truth. Neither the high desert nor the city is better. They're just kinds of Southern California living. Up the hill, people want more space, quieter nights, bigger yards, cleaner air, a slower, more grounded lifestyle. Down the hill is for people who want convenience, shorter commutes, more stores and restaurants, more job options, a faster pace. It really just comes down to your personality, your budget, and what makes daily life easier for you. Some people thrive in the city, some people thrive in the desert, and some move back and forth depending on the season of their life. There's just no right or wrong. It's whatever feels like home when you pull into the driveway at the end of the day. That's all that really matters. It's what makes home feel like to you. So whether you're thinking about moving up the hill or down the hill, or you're just trying to figure out which lifestyle fits you best, I help people make this exact move every day, just like you. If you wanted real guidance, not guesswork, reach out to me. I would love to help you compare your options and create that game plan that actually fits your life, because every life is different. So, and before you go, make sure you download some of my free guides in the description. All my information is in the description. You can get into my calendar, call me. I'm always available. Email me, follow me on social media. Of course, and if you're thinking about making a move, call me and text me. I would love to help you make that next chapter a rememberable one. So don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can stay up to date on everything happening right here in Southern California. Be kind out there. I'll see you on the next one.